In America, well, there's a lot of things that are interesting in America, right? But you know what's interesting in America? We've got these like these rituals, right? These rituals that I don't really know if anyone actually likes them or if they just like them or pretend to like them because they want to be popular or whatever. I'm talking about like spring break. Like, what is spring break? Like, I don't know, maybe I've always been a loser, right? And that's totally possible. But you ever think about what's spring break? Like, hey, we're gonna go to Florida for spring break? Like, what the fuck? Spring break is I'm gonna fucking stay at home and play video games. What? No, let's go to Florida. And what happens when you go to Florida on spring break? Oh, you have a bunch of motherfuckers that kill each other. So anyway, here's a headline for you. This one's fun. DeSantis sending Florida state troopers to Miami Beach amid deadly spring break season. Yo, spring break is the new Black Friday where people just do it anyway, and they know that people are gonna get killed, people are gonna get fucking robbed, people are gonna get injured, people are gonna get raped, people are gonna get all kinds of crimes. No one cares about supervising any of this, right? And they do it anyway. Why? Because, you know, kids are dumb and adults are even dumber. Think about this, though. A lot of people say kids are dumb. I reckon the kids are the smartest people. The older you get, typically the dumber you get. Now, again, there's some exceptions, right? You know, it depends on what kind of road you're taking here. There's a lot of extremely wise old people. But I'd say 90 to 95% of humans, the older you get, the dumber you get. But anyway, that's another point. So in Florida, there's spring break going on. Spring breakers are getting into heated arguments because they're all drunken 16-year-olds and they're shooting each other or fucking some shit. And now we got like martial law, MARSHALL law going on in fucking Florida. So let's check this out. Let's find out what exactly is going on with the kids killing each other. I mean, I say this. I'm not going to say anything. 60 Florida state troopers, 60, are being sent to Miami Beach to assist local authorities over the weekend as the beach town continues to cope with spring break tourists following 2 fatal shootings. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis ordered the deployment after 2 murders occurred last weekend in Miami Beach. Spring break has become a source of stress and anger for local officials and residents. We need a complete and total shutdown on spring breakers until we figure out what the fuck is going on here, man. And residents, as violent crowds have resulted in killings, violent confrontations with police. Hey, violent confrontations with police? I say this. WTF, I love spring break now. In fact, anyone want to go on down to Florida for some spring break fun? Anybody? Hey, violent interactions with confrontations with police? All the power to them. And other unruly behavior in recent years. Quote, Florida is a law and order state. As part of law and order state, by the way, they're protecting Donald Trump, who committed several dozen laws while in office. Law and order state, my ass. If you kill someone with your car in the state of Florida, you can just claim they're a protester. Law and order, my fucking goddamn asshole. It's a law and order state. As part of Governor DeSantis' priority to protect Floridians and keep our communities safe, FHP is ready and prepared to act, said Dave Kerner, director of Florida Highway Safety and Motor Vehicles. Then we got this guy in like a little fucking golf cart or some shit. The troopers will patrol the streets and will stay as long as needed and protect the residents of the greater Miami area. And we will have zero tolerance for dangerous and illegal activity. You ever think about things like maybe this is an overreaction? You know, I say this shit. Kids are coming into Florida and killing each other. Now, like, imagine I live in Miami Beach, right? Just imagine. Right now I have to deal with, like, a bunch of fucking meathead cops coming to my city because a bunch of dumb kids decided to kill each other. I mean, like, really. Like, this is like, like, this is like, what's the bigger crime here? Like, what's the worst outcome? Trolley problem, this stuff. What would I rather have? A bunch of cops harassing civilians for no reason, or a bunch of stupid drunk teenagers killing each other? I say this one. Lesser evil. Lesser evil. In response to fatal shootings last weekend, Miami Beach has imposed a midnight curfew in an effort to control chaotic crowds. You ever see this shit? A curfew for adults. You ever see this? Have you ever been in a city where they impose a curfew on grown-ass adults? Because I remember back in the day, way back in my day, when I was doing protest stuff, and they would install curfews. I'm like, I am an adult. I have not been in school for 10 plus years, and now I have to deal with a curfew? I'm sorry, no. I disagree. And like they also make these curfews like, oh, it's 6 o'clock, you better be in bed by 6 o'clock. Supper's getting cold, everybody. Oh, it's the curfew. Like, really? I know. And it says the fucking curfew is midnight here. But I mean, like, midnight is the time to be around. Midnight's the time. You're living in Miami Beach. Like, what about people that go, like, fucking drinking, at a bar at fucking 1 a.m.? Like, what? Those people have to deal with their standard of living decreasing because a bunch of kids might kill each other? I say, dear heavens, kids might kill each other. Oh, no. Right now, I have to fucking be in bed on time. Are you going to tuck me in, too? You have a curfew? Are you going to come to my house and tuck me in? Like, what is this? Like, shit. Like, I don't know, man. Like, again, like, adults have to get... Oh, be sure to drink your milk and get your vegetables. Which I agree with. Get your vegetables. Fuck the milk shit. But be sure we'll give everybody a stuffed teddy bear so that they can sleep. We'll give a free night light so that you can sleep on time. Don't worry. We'll come and tuck you in if you need to. I say this. If you're going to impose a curfew, I want a free teddy bear delivered to my doorstep at 11:58. And I want some big daddy to come to my house and tuck me the fuck in. That's what I want. You give me those two things and I will be okay with your curfew. But outside of both of those needs being fulfilled, I am not dealing with a curfew. I feel like Jesus Christ. Anyway, let's keep going. Despite unprecedented police presence for 2 consecutive nights, Ocean Drive has been the scene of deadly shootings. So tonight, Sunday, March 19, we will be implementing a midnight curfew. That'll stop them. So, okay. They start off by saying, we have a shitload of cops, and people are still getting killed. So, okay, you bring the cops in. What are they doing? 2 nights with the cops in, and people are still dying? Sounds like the cops aren't really doing much. But don't worry, everyone. The curfew, that'll stop them. Because if people... with cops at every corner, if that didn't stop people from shooting each other, I know what will. A curfew. Jesus Christ. You know what? This nanny state bullshit. In addition to a midnight curfew, the sale or distribution of alcoholic beverages for off-premises consumption will be prohibited in the curfew area after 6 p.m., 6 p.m.? You're telling me I, a grown adult, can't go to a fucking bar, get a beer to go, and then walk back to my hotel room and fuck 30 prostitutes? Are you fucking kidding me? I thought this fucking shit was America. Guess what? I got news for these nanny state snowflake bastards, these eggheads down at City Hall. I got news for them. The only thing this curfew and these fucking goddamn restrictions are doing is they're only making the life of law-abiding citizens much worse. You think criminals are gonna go like, oh, I'm not bringing my beverage. Oh, there's a curfew in place, and that's me. I'm a criminal. I will not bring my rum and coke outside of the bar because I'm a criminal, and as a criminal, I respect the law. You know what this shit is doing? Law-abiding citizens are going to have to pay the price because a bunch of stupid fucking teenagers are killing each other, and we have some dumb shit for brains cocksucking nanny state fuckface going on in the governor's mansion. I say this, how about you bring Ron DeSantis down here, throw him into the fucking crowd of spring breakers, and let that fucking shit sort itself out instead of restricting my ability to walk down fucking whatever avenue holding the whole fucking goddamn handle of vodka like I'm Nicolas Cage and leaving Las Vegas, but instead I'm in Miami. Anyway, my point here is this fucking shit is lame. But also, apparently there's a bunch of deadly violence among the teenage population. All right. Cry me a river, spring breakers. Cry me a goddamn river. I say this, spring break's a natural disaster, right? Ron DeSantis hates doing anything when there's a hurricane. I say we treat spring breakers like a natural disaster, right? That's my that's my solution.